win for Central Michigan over the Spartans. Tonight it's a trip down 127. Let's keep the party going. Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Derek Steele alongside my broadcast partner, Brendan Hauser. Brendan, what a win it was for CMU last night. 5-3 over Michigan State. More specifically, what a game it was for Maisie Angerman last night. Four goals for the sophomore Angerman for Central Michigan today. What are you expecting from the maroon and gold?
You know, I think they're going to carry that momentum, especially Maisie Angerman. She really put the team on her back and carried them through that third period. Like you said, a hat trick just in the third. And I think that's what we're going to see here tonight is Central Michigan looking to move that momentum, but on the other side, Michigan State looking to bounce back, get that revenge a little bit, and tie up the series.
Yeah, we'll talk about Maisie Angerman a little bit later in our players to watch for, but three other players for Central Michigan last night with multiple points, not double-digit points. Delray, Saudi, and Windhurst with 2 points respectively. But taking a look at Central Michigan, 1-0 obviously on the season. The big win last night against Michigan State, their third season opener win in 4 years. The two of which come against Michigan State. What do you want to see from CMU here at Munn Ice Arena today?
You know, we said it last night, but getting out on the board early, opening the floodgates, just get going. We saw them get there eventually in the third, but that first period was a little shaky and it just slowly progressed better through the game. But I think if they can replicate that third period in this first, it'll be a great game for them.
Yeah, most goals for CMU since at least 2020 in a season opener with 5. And I really like the quote Kylie Delray had on the coaches show yesterday, calling this the most complete, the most talented CMU team that we've seen, at least in her time, being the last 3+ years, this being her 4th year, her being one of 11 seniors on the team. We're taking a look at Michigan State 0-1 on the season. You go into Martin, you get the early goal 1-0. It looks like in the third period you might be able to post a little bit of a comeback. Emotions in that third period, we touched on it last night in the post-game show. What do you think the emotions are going to be like for the Spartans team coming out of the gates today?
Let's hope they brought the emotions back a little bit because, you know, we saw in that third period 3 of the goals were on the power play for Central Michigan. And if they can limit those penalties as Michigan State, they can just propel themselves forward. But if they don't hold their emotions back, then those penalties are just going to start adding up.
Like you mentioned it, the first period for Michigan State looking really strong yesterday. Second and third period, it was the penalties, it was the mistakes that Michigan State made that really killed them. And the one note I have, get more aggressive pitting pucks on the net. Lainey Flegel looked really good, did allow the 3 goals last night, but a really strong showing from the Chippewas sophomore goaltender last night.
You know, that's absolutely right. They need to put the pucks on the net. After a few neutral zone carries, they would take it in and then try to make the move or try to make the pass and make one too many. If they can just get the pucks on the net, I think they'll have a great showing tonight.
Well, we're going to step aside really quickly. Impact players coming back on this pregame show brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. And we're back with the pregame show brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. Derek Steele, Brendan Hauser with you from Munn Ice Arena in East Lansing, Michigan. Brendan, well, we were on primetime last night. Primetime adjacent here today. Some ACHA Women's Division II games going on today. Northern Michigan and Notre Dame dropped at 10:30, 10:45 this morning. Aurora and Ohio State are playing today. Do not have an official time for that one. And then obviously CMU MSU with a 3:30 p.m. puck drop. So puck drop is going to be in about 15 minutes. We're waiting for both teams to take the ice. But Northern Michigan and Notre Dame, a big win by the Wildcats last night up in Marquette, Michigan. They're playing at their Events Ice Center today. What do you think we'll see this year from both Northern Michigan and Notre Dame?
You know, I think both of them are going to come out swinging. They both did well last year in the CCWHA. And I think, honestly, Northern Michigan is going to be someone to contend with this year.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Well, getting into everyone's favorite segment, Brendan, you were giving me a little bit of a hard time about this off air. Like the lamp time, you took lead last week. We know we don't talk about last night.
I mean, I think we should talk about
my
last night.
For those at home who did not watch last night, do you want to tell everyone who you picked?
I chose Kylie Del Rey last night. Gained an easy 3 points on the night. Just want to add that in there.
You ready for who I picked?
Yeah, go ahead.
I picked Brooke Hubert. I was about to change it on air to Maisie Angerman. You know Maisie Angerman, 4 goals and assists last night. Would have gotten me 9 points. I would have a 6-point commanding lead over you. So going into picks for today, I had first pick. I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. I think it's a really easy pick. Give me Maisie Angerman.
You know, I really wanted Maisie Angerman, but you got first pick. You know, I'll let you have it. And I think I'm gonna stick with Kylie Del Rey for today. I mean, she had a great game last night. She only got 1 goal, but that's okay. She had a great game, 1 assist as well, and I think it's gonna push into tonight.
Well, we're going to add in our production staff starting tonight, so both Ian and Brody are tied with me at 0. So, hey, at least I'm not in last place by myself.
But you're still in last place.
But I'm still in last place. By the way, did we agree on what the reward would be last night?
I thought we said a nice high five.
Nice high five and bragging rights. That's what it was. Okay. So far you are in the lead for the nice high five. Ian had the 3rd pick today. She's going to go with he is going to go with McIntyre. Brody with the 4th and final pick. He is going with Zoe Saudi. Thoughts on those 2 picks?
You know, now that we have the whole first line picked, you know, I think it's going to be a great showing. We talked about Zoe Saudi last night, you know, not contributing in terms of goals, but she was on there, and I think she was really starting to set the plays up all night last night. I believe she got a few assists last night. Am I correct in that?
Zoe Saudi, yes, she did.
You know, setting up plays, and that's what a lot of teams don't have. But this Chippewa team does have it, and it's Zoe Saudi.
Well, we were going to kind of wait for both teams to take the ice to get into impact players. What's your call, Brendan? Do you want to send it back to break one more time?
Yeah, let's send it back to break.
Okay, we'll send it back to break. We'll come back when both teams have taken the ice to conclude our pregame show here on CCHN. And we're back here on the CMU pregame show brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. I don't know. I was gonna make a joke about it. I got no joke to make. Impact players, Brendan. Who do you have for CMU today?
You know, I think we got to start with Zoe Sadi. She has 2 assists, and honestly, like I said earlier, she was kind of a playmaker last night. She had those 2 assists really made the team better, and without the assists, she was setting up the play almost every time. Every time she was on the ice, I believe she touched the puck at least once, and honestly, multiple scoring chances last night. It was honestly a wonderful showing from her.
Second player you got?
I think we got to give it to Maisie Angerman. Honestly, 4 goals on the night, 1 assist. Big contributions last night offensively. And, you know, my question is, how is she going to follow that up today?
By the way, in case you're wondering, the Lions are up 20-10 on the Cleveland Browns. Isn't Mason Graham on the Browns now?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure he was drafted to the Browns, so Mason Graham and company are down 20-10 to the hometown Lions going into the 4th quarter. But the 2 players we have for CMU here tonight, or for Michigan State, excuse me, the first one I have is the player who opened the scoring last night, that being number 17, excuse me, Katie Wong. Scored off a deflection in front of the net. What a beautiful shot it was, or what a beautiful deflection. I don't know if we really can call it a shot, a deflection, to go past Lainey Flegel, her lone point of the night. And you know what, Brendan, watching her throughout the year, she's made some improvements on the ice every season. I think the thing that stood out to me the most last night is she looks more confident from last season, especially with the puck. And then her experience against CMU proved vital last night, knowing exactly where to go to be able to deflect that puck into the net. The second one we have is Jillian Piernot, an assist for her. Really strong passer. You mentioned it last night, the tape-to-tape passes for her. Unselfish with the puck, always looking for an open teammate. And she doesn't score a lot. Her name isn't going to show up on the score sheet a lot, but she knows how to run an offense. And it's like what we said about Caitlin Williams yesterday. She's the quote-unquote point guard of the offense, if you will, where the offense is going to run from her, through her, and she can be that motor of the offense when she's on the ice. So your 2 players to watch for CMU, Saudi and Maisie Angerman. For Michigan State, it's going to be Katie Wong and Jillian Piernot. Brendan, quickly, before we get to puck drop, what are your 3 keys to the game for here tonight?
You know, honestly, if I'm CMU, I'm looking to continue the momentum. They had a big win last night over Michigan State. And if I'm Michigan State, I'm looking for some revenge here. And also, if I'm Michigan State, continuing on that point, they need to stay out of the box. 3 of the goals in the 3rd period, were on the power play for Central Michigan. Lastly, I would trust the goalies. I mean, we saw an excellent showing from Rorick and Flegel last night, and I think it's really going to come down to who can save the most today.
So your 3 keys to the game from the one and only Brendan Hauser. Continue momentum from last night, stay out of the box, and trust your goalies. Well, both teams are getting ready to take the ice, and we hear some sticks being tapped. I don't know where they're coming from. Players and coaches making their ways to their respective benches. And that's going to wrap it up for our pregame show here today, brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. Make sure to stay tuned for Puck Drop right after this break on CCHN, the home for Chippewa hockey.
Welcome back here to Munn Ice Arena. And as we get ready for Central Michigan to square off against Michigan State, we'll look at some of the starting lineups. First with the goalies. In net for Michigan State, we'll have Daria Rorick. Had a great showing last night. But on the other side, for her second time of the season in the second game, Lainey Flegel. Derek, you got the starting lineups?
I do. Thank you, Brendan. First, for the hometown Michigan State Spartans on defense, they turn to 11, Natalia Laval, and 25, Vanessa Larson. The three forwards the Spartans will go to number 2, Alexia Radman, number 6, Catherine Bannister, and number 44, Mia Hurst. For your Central Michigan Chippewas on defense, they'll go with the second defensive pairing, number 5, Carly Sato, and number 6, Emily Muser. Head coach Christiani will turn to 8, Caitlin Williams, number 61, Gabriella Nixon, and number 88, Brooke Hubert. Both teams are still by their benches. We're getting moments away of puck drop. Game 2 of this 2-game series between the Spartans and your Central Michigan Chippewas. CMU going with their road uniforms, maroon base, gold shoulder pads, white lettering, and gold numbering. Michigan State going with their home uniforms. 20 minutes are on the clock. Both forwards have skated to the center ice, and we're underway here from Munn Ice Arena. Here at Steel, Brendan Hauser, glad you could be here for Game 2 of this series. CMU coming out with a huge victory last night, 5-3 over the Spartans. Puck taken out of the CMU zone and dropped in. That's near 25. Larson will grab it. Radman trying to get it. She's not able to. Williams trying to get a shot off, and the puck will go out to 6, Catherine Bannister. Bannister will drop it in, and that's where Caitlin Williams will fight for the puck. She will be able to clear the zone, but the alternate captain, Lavalley, will take the puck away.
You know, Derek, here we're seeing that kind of quick start from Michigan State like we saw last night.
Shot by Kylie Delray, and a good first save of the afternoon from Daria Rorick. 19-11 remaining first period. Yeah, I completely agree with what you said, Brendan. We want to see that speed from Michigan State coming out of the gates. We saw it early last night, as it's going to be the top line. Ingerman, Saudi, and Delray out on the ice for CMU. Fight for the puck along the near boards, and it's cleared out of the way from the Spartans. Kaylee Windhurst will grab it. Windhurst, one of 4 or 5 players for CMU last night with 2 or more points. Puck into the zone, taken away by Ingerman. She has the puck now, clears the zone up to Delray. Delray escapes through the neutral zone and will dump the puck in, and CMU goes off for a line change. There's Weishaus with it. She gets it up, taken away by CMU. There's a shot saved by Rorick.
It was a great job to intercept that pass, and especially when she loses the puck, to get that rebound or get that shot on net. You know, that's something that the CMU team did a lot of in the third period when they started scoring, not as much in the first, and that's why I think they're really starting quicker than last year and really opening the floodgates in terms of just getting started.
Mahek Kashuk wins the draw. There's a shot from Windhurst and a blocker save kicked away. Kashuk in the corner now. She's going to fight for the puck. 2 Spartans come out, and that's kept away by Radman. Cleared out of the zone, but given right back to the Chippewas. That's to Horseman. Horseman with her first CMU point yesterday coming on an assist. There's Radman skating in his zone. Radman trying to find Bannister, and the puck is cleared out of the zone. Here comes Story along the other way. Story will leave it for a shot saved by Rorick. Taylor Story with a beautiful scoring opportunity, denied by the Spartans netminder. Bannister with it through neutral ice. She'll dump it in, and Taylor Story will go to retrieve it behind her netminder, Lainey Flegel. Story with it now, as she gives it up to, I believe that was to Angerman. Nope, that was to McIntyre, excuse me. Liatino with it now. Liatino skates barely onside, given right back to the Spartans. Oh, look out, there's a turnover in their own zone by the Spartans, given right to Borlis. Borlis hits the deck. She's not able to get up in time, and taken away by Michigan State. They're going to try and clear their own zone. Harassed along the boards by McIntyre. 3-on-1 in favor of the Spartans. Borlis comes to help out, and she will take the puck, wrap it along the end board. She'll get it back to the top point for a teammate. There it is to Declan Whitus. Whitus, the senior, with the shot. Saved by Rourke. Rebound in front of the net as Rourke will come along with the cover and get the whistle.
You know, Michigan State here, I think, needs to kind of settle down. They're kind of running around the ice, and in return, left, I believe it was Whitus open on that far side for the shot.
Faceoff's going to be in the left circle. That's to the right of Daria Rourke. Hubler wins the draw, gets it out to Whitus. Whitus back down low. That's actually to Nixon. And it's taken the other way by Lempa. Lempa trying to get it up to Keating. Keating with it now, right in front of the CMU bench. Will go back the other way. That's to Weishaus. Weishaus loses the puck, giving right to Larson. Larson up to Keating. Keating along the near board, taken away by CMU. Keating's going to go into the corner, and that's tapped away by Nixon. Over to Lavallee. Lavallee shot. Wide in net. Whitus along in her own zone. It's poked away from her. Williams will go along the end boards, gives it to Hubert. Hubert will take it away. There it is, back to CMU. Williams trying to find it on the break. She's not able to. Williams with it in front of her own bench. Williams right along the red line. Trying to get it to Corey. And oh, look out, 3-on-2 in favor of Michigan State. There's a center shot. Oh, what a save! Big save by Laney Flegel. Lepori. Puck cleared, will go down. Icing is waved off, and Rourke comes way out of her zone to make the save. But an incredible save by Laney Flegel, keeping this game scoreless.
You know, Laney Flegel, great save. Central Michigan threw it out. I think it was the right choice there, kind of reset here. Puck kind of bouncing around like a pogo stick, and Rourke decided to hold on to it, and I think that was the right play overall, because he had Central Michigan coming right behind it.
Face off one by the Spartans. They got 3-on-2 going the other way. Puck just strong for Bannister, and it'll be tied up along the near board. Sato gets it to Saudi. Saudi harassed by Bannister. Keaton will come in to assist. Excuse me, that's actually Radman, and Zoe Saudi will take it. Here's Delray. Delray with the dump in, and Ingerman will go chase. She'll get it in the corner now. Ingerman gets double teamed. Puck back out to the blue line for Sato. Sato shot. Blocked. There it is to Ingerman. Ingerman trying to line up a shot. There's a trip, no call upcoming. Oreski with it now. Oreski up to Radman. Radman will clear the zone. Sato will clear it down the length of the ice. Icing is waved off by the near linesman. Kagan kept into the zone by Sato. Sato will drop it down low for Ingerman. Ingerman centering feed for Delray. Oh, what a beautiful scoring opportunity there. Delray not able to knock it home. There's Wong. Wong will circle it. Back out to the blue line for Weber. Weber with it now. She'll get it over to Weishaus. Or sorry, that's Branos. Branos down low. Gets it back now along the top circle. Branos circles. Branos trying to line up and shot. There's a center and feed. Laney Flegel trying to throw the shot. Oh, it's a diving stop on Flegel. Oh my good Lord, how did Laney Flegel come up with that puck?
That's the second major save from Laney Flegel. You know, the defense kind of left her out to dry with that Michigan State forward cutting in at the last second to poke it. And just what a save from Flegel. No other words can be said from that.
Taylor Storm, excuse me, it's Sydney Pound giving her admiration from the scratch section for CMU as the puck is won by the Chippewas trying to go the other way. Body hitting the deck. There's Armstrong. Puck is blocked by the Spartans. Branos gets it to Keaton. Keaton trying to go the other way. Keaton will skate it through neutral ice. Keaton with a swarm of Chippewas. She'll dump it into the zone, and that's Taylor's Story to go after it. Keaton wins the battle though. I believe that was Armstrong trying to clear it. There's Hortzman. Hortzman will circle Flegel. Two beautiful saves from the sophomore Laney Fleevold here on two perfect MSU scoring opportunities. The entrance pass is knocked away, and a Michigan State player taken down, no call upcoming. Good job by the Spartans to stay on side. That doesn't matter if Sportsman will keep it out of the zone. Weishaus and company trying to fight for it right in front of the scorer's table. It'll come all the way back out to Wilson. Chloe Wilson. There's Story. Story with the swarm of Spartans trying to find a teammate as the puck will go down. Icing, no. Bradman poked away by the Chippewas. Nothing coming from that though. Bear it up to Bannister. Bannister with a swarm of Chippewas around her. Bannister all alone. Shot wide of net. Blocked by the Chippewas. Lepori getting it up to McIntyre. McIntyre will circle the net. McIntyre up top over to Alyssa Gray. Gray over to Borlis. Borlis trying to touch pass to Gray. That one poked away. Good poke away there by the Chippewas though. McIntyre will tie it up along her own bench. There's Borlis. Borlis trying to keep it onside. Offsides by the Spartans.
You know, in that play we saw one call that could have been a little shaky. This official kind of letting them play. That's two calls that, you know, they could have been a call, but the official's doing a great job of letting them play, staying out of it.
12-13 remaining first period. Face off right outside the Chippewa zone. Puck is dropped one and controlled by the Chippewas. Trying to get it up to Williams. Williams will skate onside. Williams taken to the boards. Will skate away from the puck and take it right back by CMU. Trying to find a centering feed over to, I believe, Williams. Might have been Nixon. Hayes with it now, giving right back to Hubert. Hubert, no good there, and the puck will be cleared out. CMU will have to reset. Delayed offside, so touched up. Nope, they're going to say that was onside, excuse me. Kept in by Lepori. Lepori down low. Tries the centering feed and kept into the zone by Whitus. Whitus now will get it down to Williams. Williams harassed by Michigan State. Whitus to Nixon. Nixon to Hubert. Hubert touched by Williams, wide of net. Those are three names we have called for CMU a lot. Williams, Whitus, and Nixon. 3 or 4 prolific scorers for CMU. What a deep roster it is for the Maroon and Gold this year. Good line change by the Chippewas. Nixon's going to dump it in for said line change. The top line of Delray, Ingerman, and Saudi out.
You know, like I said earlier, this is a much quicker start from Central Michigan. We're seeing them in the offensive zone a lot more this period. I mean, given Michigan State has had their offensive time, but Central Michigan has just a lot quicker start than last night.
Saudi with it in her own zone. Saudi trying to get it up to Delray. Those two weren't able to connect. Puck controlled by the Spartans, taken away by Maisie Ingerman, and tied up along the board by Kagan. Kagan, Eden, Delray, and Ingerman. And the scrum, Delray hits the net, gets right back up. Puck is still tied along the board. Linesman telling them to get it loosened. Where's the puck? There it is at center ice. Taken and controlled by Larson. Skate offside. Zero, 10, 11 to go. Sato intercepted. Here's a shot saved by Fleegle. Rebound cleared out of the way. Good save by a defensive miscue by the Chippewas. Whistle, penalty upcoming. There's Saudi taking to the boards. I believe it's Radman going to the box. It is going to be Alexia Radman going to the box. Waiting the call from the referee. It's going to be a 40.
You know, Derek, this is what we said Michigan State has to avoid. Like I said earlier in the pregame show, 3 goals for Central Michigan on the power play last night. We were wondering now, how is Central Michigan going to respond to this penalty? Will they respond like they did last night, or will they slow it down a little bit?
3 for 5 on the power play last night for CMU. Whitus Over to Lepori. Lepori with space, top point. She'll get it over to Williams. Williams back up top to Whitus. Whitus, one-time shot saved. Puck saved by Rory. So it's going to be Caitlin Williams. I believe that's Gabby Nixon and Hubert out on the ice. For CMU, that's your forward group. Puck one and controlled by CMU. Whitus will try and get it over to Lepori. Lepori will circle on the side. Here's Whitus. Whitus with it top point. She'll go right back to Lepori. Chippewa is trying to get the puck down low. They're not able to right now. There it is to Williams. Williams into the corner. Williams going to try and circle the net. Here's a centering feed to Nixon. Poked away and going to try and clear it by Keaton. Good tie up by Nixon to not let Keaton clear it. Kagan with it now. Nixon not giving up in this fight. So it's Hubert. Hubert with the puck comes out of the scrum. She'll get it to Nixon. Nixon back out to Lepori. Lepori, cross ice feed, shot saved by Rory. 58 seconds remaining in the CMU power play.
You know, we're seeing a lot of passing on this power play for the Chippewas. What they really need is shots. They'll keep it up high and they'll try to get it low, but Michigan State is doing a better job on the penalty kill of not letting them get it low for the shot. But I think what the Central Michigan team needs to do is just shoot it from the point.
Watch out, Brendan. Top line for CMU coming out. There it is to Delray. Delray will circle, bottom circle. Delray. Oh, beautiful feed over to Sato. Sato with it. Sato shot. Saved by Rourke. Rebound will ricochet to the corner. That's where Kylie Delray has it now. Delray, the captain of these Chippewas. One-time shot. Wide in net by Angerman. Saudi. We'll give it to Delray. Delray up top to Muser. Muser fakes the shot to Angerman. Angerman shot blocked through traffic. I don't think that found its way to Rourke. Puck up into the air, comes back down, and that's to CMU. There's a one-time feed saved by Rourke. Rebound into the corner. 18 seconds remaining on the power play. Delray up top to Sato. Sato going to try and find Muser. She's going to go down low to Delray, actually. Delray will blind in and lifts the puck wide in net. Saudi, 5 seconds remaining. Saudi, back down low to Delray. There's Muser. Muser to Delray. Delray, blind shot saved by Rourke, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Good penalty kill there by the Spartans. Sato with the puck. Gives it up to the Spartans. There it is to Chloe Wilson. Wilson up to Radman. Radman with it now will skate through neutral ice. Radman into the boards and give it right back to Sato. Sato blind pass down the ice, and it will not go down for icing. Icing waved off. Weishaus gets it over to Lempa. Lempa up to Heaton. Heaton will skate through traffic, and that's taken right back by Windhurst. Excuse me, that was actually Hortzman. Heaton with it onside. Harassed by Hortzman. Hortzman trying to clear it, she's not able to. There it is to Billy. Billy down low to Heaton. Circling the net is Hortzman. Puck taken in, pinned along the near boards. We've seen this a lot, Brendan. A lot of board battles here early on between the Spartans and Chippewas. Historically, the same story between these two teams. Weber. Skate onside, Heaton, barely onside this Heaton. Weber will give it way to Lempa. Lempa with it, circles behind the net. She'll give it up to Weishaus. Weishaus with it in the corner. Weishaus, as there's a Chippewa, that was Kashup coming in. Puck gonna go down the length of the ice. Unless Leontino can get down there first, icing will be called. Icing called.
You know, this Chippewa team kind of just throwing it from the defensive zone. They need to set up a breakout play here. They just keep throwing it up to the point, and it ends up in the hands of the Spartans who set up their play. If they set up a breakout, they will be able to get it out of the zone and create scoring chances.
Taking a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard, Tigers need to win and need a Cleveland Guardians loss. So here tonight to be able to clinch their first American League Central pennant since 2015. Good news for Tigers fans, Texas up 4-2 in the bottom of the third. Your hometown Tigers up 3-1 against the Red Sox. Don't want to speak too soon, but it's looking so good for those Gritty Tigers. Puck up to the blue line. There's a shot. Flegel, as the Spartans weren't able to get a rebound shot off. There it is, and it's under that. Flegel trying to find a shot. She's down to the ice. Puck still loose, not blown dead yet. Where is the puck? No one knows as it comes out. Good job by Lainey Flegel. Here's a shot, and she scores.
You know, tipped out right in front of the net. Flegel didn't know where it was. And that was very dangerous for the Chippewas. You know, everyone's out in front. Flegel didn't know where it was. It just got out, got to the point with a shot and tipped out. Great play there by the Spartans.
The volley with the shot, or with the goal, 1-0. Spartans. Wait for the assist calls. I don't know about you, Brendan. I couldn't see. There's just a whole host of bodies in front of the net. It'll be interesting to see who they credit those assists to. As the puck goes up along the boards off the stick of Whitus. CMU in a similar spot last night. Here's Borlas. Borlas will skate through traffic, not able to get a shot off. That's stifling Michigan State defender lined up again. Bannister will skate through net, neutralize. Borlas will go hard into the board. There's Alyssa Gray. Gray going the other way. Gray skates on side. She's going to try and dump it in. It'll hit the end boards. Wrapped around by the Spartans. Puck comes out to Whitus. Whitus, Gray. Gray shot saved by Rorick. Spartans have it now. Here's Bannister. Bannister will dump it in. Michigan State will go off for a change. Lopori, touched up by Whitus. There it is to Williams. Williams will have it taken away by the Spartans. That was Weiss taking it away. Hubert, up to McIntyre. McIntyre's going to try and find Williams. Puck goes behind Williams, and it'll go down the length of the ice. Icing will be the call. 4:34 remaining first period.
Chippewas tried to change there, just kind of getting it to clear it out. Unable with the icing, as the official will send everyone back out from the Chippewas bench.
Face off in the left circle, McIntyre will dig in. So will Hayes. Shot off the draw, saved by Flegel. Good blocker save there by the sophomore Flegel. Chippewas get it away. There's Williams. Williams will skate through neutralize. Williams trying to off the speed. She loses the puck to the Spartans. Puck tied up along the end boards. There's Whitus. Whitus over to Muser. Muser gets it up to Williams. Oh, look out. Williams with speed. Williams with speed. Shot. Saved by Rorik. Couple of rebound shots. Rorik put both of those rebounds away. Game will remain 1-0 in favor of the Spartans.
Like you said earlier, Derek, this is kind of what we saw last night. Michigan State taking an early lead. Let's see how Central Michigan responds, if they're going to respond the same as last night.
Dixon in the near circle. She wins the draw. She'll get it back now. Trying to get the puck to Sato. She's able to barely. Williams, blind pass by Williams and taken away by the Spartans. Not cleared, but not out. And now cleared out. They're seating. Hubert taken down, no pull-up coming. Eden with the shot, wide of net. Lempa tries to get it up to the blue line. She has it now, does Lempa. Lempa will circle around the circle. Drops it down low, centering feed. Oh, good stick away there by Caitlin Williams. Another centering feed and a save by Lynn. And that's something we've seen a lot here so far tonight, Brendan, is both teams trying to get the centering feeds out in front of the net, hitting their goalies on their heels.
You're absolutely right. Both teams have, but I think Michigan State's pulled it off a few more times than Central Michigan has been able to.
Angerman into the faceoff dodge. She wins the draw. Windhurst trying to find Muser. Not able to get out of the zone are the Chippewas. Here's Whitehouse. Whitehouse taking it in the corner. Taken away by Lempa. Lempa also getting taken down. No call upcoming. Michigan State fans wanting a call. They're not going to get one. Puck up along to Delray. Delray with space. Delray trying to get it to Sato. Sato on sides. Not able to control the puck, and Michigan State will take it the other way. It'll go down the length of the icing. Icing will be the call. 2:56 remaining first period.
Like you said, Michigan State fans really wanting the penalty there. And as I said earlier, this official is really letting the play go, letting them play and staying out of it as much as possible.
Faceoff's going to be in the right circle. Angerman into the dot. Wins the draw cleaning. Delray with it now, top circle. Delray shot. Saved by Rorik. Looked like the puck might have trickled in for a second. Not able to. Hortzman with the shot. Saved by Rorik.
Right there, those are two great saves by Rorik, one of which I don't believe she was able to see until the last second and almost trickled in, just going right past the goal line, but just barely, Michigan State barely getting out of that.
It looked like Delray might have had a chance for her second goal to trickle it off of Rorik's. Looked like to be her shoulder. No luck, such luck for the Chippewas captain. Puck is controlled by the Spartans for a second. Saudi with it now. Saudi centering key. There it is to Delray. Delray shot blocked by traffic and start. Never got to the Spartans net minder. Oreski going the other way. Oreski 2-on-3 in favor of CMU. Oreski will stop. She'll take it to the boards. Harassed by CMU. Saudi trying to clear it. She will. Oh, look out. Delray with speed. Delray with space. Delray shot. Saved by Rorik. And she will fall and cover that puck. 2:16 remaining. Two beautiful shots in the last 40 seconds, though, by the Chippewas captain.
You know, I believe it was a Spartan trying to get the puck up a little bit to the blue line, and it ends up getting out and going all the way to Delray. Great breakaway from Delray, even trying to...
That's Kashyap into the face-off circle. She wins it. Whitish trying to find a shot. Whitish. Puck is lost off her stick, and Michigan State going the other way. But look out, they got a 2-on-1, and they will be offside. Not able to keep the puck with the lead goal scorer or with the lead skater. That will be called offsides every single time. Looks like the Lions, I'm assuming they won since the game's over, barring some miracle.
Yeah, the score was 34-10. Lions ended up winning.
Hey, my Sabres won too. Or, Bills, wrong sport. Well, speaking of hockey, there's action down on ice. Center and feed, no good. There's a shot. Saved by Flegel. Rebound. Flegel's down on the ice. And they score. I believe Flegel was the one to take that puck on by herself. Let's see who breaks the circle first. It's going to be Avery Hayes with her first goal of the season.
Avery Hayes had a great opportunity there, just like the first goal. A lot of crowd in front of the net and ends up putting it just past Flegel on the far side.
2-0 CMU. And Brendan, this is exactly where you want the Chippewas. If you're Michigan State, you want a double-digit goal lead because we see how dangerous that Central Michigan offense can be, especially when they're clicking. Muser gets it up to Delray. Delray up to Ingerman. Ingerman with a little bit of space. She has Saudi. Ingerman with the shot. Wide of net. Puck goes all the way into the neutral zone. That's where Sato will grab it in her own zone. Sato's pass intercepted. Given right back there to Zoe Saudi. Ingerman will take it from Saudi. Ingerman will skate. Ingerman takes the stick with her. Ingerman will crash in that. Ingerman trying to find something. There's a shot from Delray and a save by Rorik.
You know, if I'm Coach Chris Haney here, I'm going to be telling my team at the end of this period, we have to stop these blind passes. There was one from Sato right in their defensive zone, almost a turnover, and ending in a Michigan State possession.
Assist goes to Mia Herbst on the Hayes goal. There's Ingerman. Ingerman shot. Rebound. Saudi wasn't able to pin it home. Heaton with it now along the end board. She'll send it along behind the net. Captain Johnson with it. Delray to Ingerman. Angerman has it tied up. Saudi trying to keep it in. Cleared out finally though by the Spartans. Sato back to Muser. 44 seconds remaining. Muser to Delray. Delray will skate onside. Delray gets taken down. And oh look, out. Michigan State has the Chippewas on a change. Here's Lempo. Lempo's shot. Saved by Striegel. Rebound. Oh, cleared away by the Spartans. And there's a diving effort by CMU. They're putting bodies on the line here tonight for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Another blind pass going to no one. Lempo will take control of it. Lempo off the boards. Angerman. Angerman trying to find Huber. Those two aren't able to connect. 14 seconds remaining. Nixon. Back to Windhurst. Windhurst over to Sato. Sato. 6 seconds to go. Lempa goes off the Chippewa. Lempa will knock it in. And that will be the end of the eventful first period. It was multiple goal scorers for Michigan State, multiple scoring opportunities for the Chippewas. But it is 2-0 in favor of Michigan State. We're going to step away. We're going to step away for a break. No intermission between the first and second period. You're watching CMU Women's Division II Hockey on CCHN, the home for Chippewa hockey. Second period action coming to you here on CCHN. Michigan State with the 2-0 lead over Central Michigan. Brendan, what an eventful first period it was. Where do you want to start?
You know, honestly, I just want to say Central Michigan needs to get people out of the front of the net. That's how both of the goals happened. You saw Michigan State crowding the net, and it ended up getting poked in by Michigan State on both of the goals. If I'm Central Michigan, a second thing I would say is that they need to stop the blind passes. The blind passes killed them and caused multiple turnovers in that first period.
CMU going left to right, Michigan State going right to left. Nixon versus Radman, puck drop and won by Radman off the draw. Michigan State with it, Radman up to Oreski. Oreski with it, skates onside. Oreski trying the centering feed. No good, and the puck will wind out to Weber at the blue line. Hubert trying to take it away and go the other way. Good stop by Radman to keep the puck in his zone. LaForey. Weber will wrap it around the boards. That's where Bannister will grab it. Bannister loses it, gets it over to Oreski. Oreski centering key, no good. Bannister with it. Bannister trying to find Oreski. There's a shot brought in by Kleagle as she'll dive onto the puck and get the stoppage in play.
You know, Derek, that's the fourth or fifth feed right in front of the net from Michigan State, and that's one of the ways they scored at least one of their goals tonight. And if Central Michigan wants a chance to come back, they really need to limit those feeds out into the front of the net.
Puck in the far circle. Folks, we understand the technical difficulties. We cannot do anything about the microphones. We apologize for any issues that may be experienced here tonight. Ingerman with the shot. Ingerman shot saved by Rourke. Puck gonna go the other way from Radman. Radman up to Hortzman. Hortzman will give it to Saudi. Saudi back to Windhurst. Windhurst up ahead, sneaking by Ingerman. Ingerman with the shot. Saved by rebound. Rebound by Ingerman. Shot saved by Rourke.
And they'll actually call it loose. Just now whistling it.
Looked like Rourke had it. Thanks for covering me there, Brendan.
You know, even from up here, I also thought it was covered. I thought they whistled it, but apparently not.
So I'm not the only one that heard a phantom whistle.
Absolutely, I also heard that.
The Michigan State broadcaster to our right heard it as well. I heard him comment about it. Two joint broadcasts here tonight. Michigan State always doing a good job on their home broadcast. Obviously, you can see every CMU game right here on CCHN. Ingerman with it in the corner. Ingerman centering feet, trying to get it to Saudi, and the puck will go down the length of the ice. Windhurst will skate back into her own zone to grab it and reconnect. Windhurst, dangerous pass to Hortzman. Hortzman will leave it for Delray. Delray barely onside. Delray trying to find the shot. Delray with the shot. And good kick save there by Daria Rourke. She's on her A game here today, Brendan. Hortzman's shot blocked by traffic and it'll go up and out of play. 18-12 remaining second period.
You know, you said it. Daria Rourke is on her A game tonight. It's a big improvement from last night. Not saying she had a bad game last night, but she is playing 10 times better than she was.
Face off in the left circle. Kashup in for the Chippewas. Loses the draw. Buck tied up along the near boards. Kashup in as line with Taylor Story. Story not able to come out with the puck. That goes out to Radman. Radman stolen by the Chippewas for a split second. Cleared and out by the Spartans, excuse me. Puck will go down the ice, no icing called. Radman with it now in the O zone. Hits off the skate of Muser. Here's Taylor Story. Story double team. Story will get her own puck. Story with a sharp angle shot wide of net. Puck ricochets to Borles. Borles with it now to Story. Story stops and goes, loses the puck. Story with her stick tied up. She'll send a player down. No call upcoming. Nixon with it now. Nixon with it. She'll survey. Up top to Whitus. Whitus back down low. She'll get it to Delray. Delray blind pass into the center. There's a shot. Saved by Rourke. Nixon with it now. Nixon into the corner. She'll get it up top to Whitus. Whitus keeps it in the zone. Taken away by the Spartans, poked away by the Chippewas, and it's taken and controlled by Ellie Johnson and cleared out by the Spartans. Sato with it in her own zone. 2-0 Spartans lead here, second period. Derek Steele, Brendan Hauser, glad you could join us here on a Sunday afternoon. Huge win by the Lions over the Cleveland Browns at last check. The Tigers down 4-3 to the Boston Red Sox. There's a shot from Hubert. Hubert's shot blocked by traffic. Nixon with it now. She'll get it up top to Lepori. Lepori line pass and intercepted by the Spartans. The puck will go down the length of the ice. Herbst has a step on it. Herbst centering feet all the way to the blue line, taken in by Billy. Billy with it now. She'll circle and she'll send it up top. There it is to Billy. Billy with the shot. Saved by Flegel. Rebound will go to the back of the net. Herbst tries to center it, and it'll come to Hubert. Williams with it with speed and space. Williams has Nixon to her right. She'll try and get it to Nixon. Nixon with the fine shot. Saved by Rourke. Herbst kept in for a split second by CMU. Michigan State with control now. Lepore not able to keep it in. Herbst with space. Herbst circles into the zone. Herbst shot saved easily with the glove by Laney Flegel. 15:27 remaining.
You know, early in that play, we saw another Central Michigan blind pass. I have to imagine that Chris Haney talked about that over the last intermission, but if it keeps happening, Central Michigan's going to land in a pit here after, I think it was about 9 or 10 now blind passes.
Freshman Sydney Pound talking with Whitus on the bench. Gotta imagine they're talking about what's happening on the ice. Pound helping this team out as much as she can. Ingerman with it out of the zone. She'll give it up to her line-mate Delray. Delray will circle it along the end board. Saudi will go chasing after it. Saudi with it now in the corner. She's double teamed by the Spartans. Somehow is able to skate out of the double team. She stops and goes. Back up to the blue line for Windhurst. Windhurst loses control, and CMU will have to come out and reset. It's dumped in by the Chippewas. Ingerman able to go after it now. And oh, look out, wild pass and a possible breakaway. Good get back there by Kaylee Windhurst. Windhurst to Delray. Delray not throw the puck. She gets it now and will get it up to Saudi. Poked away there by the Spartans. Herbst with it. There it is. He
You know, that's the third goal now caused by a blind pass. All three have been from blind passes or getting thrown out somewhere in front of the Chippewas net. It was a blind pass from the defense of the Central Michigan Chippewas, where it ends up again in the hands of Michigan State and an easy shot right in the slot for the goal.
Lumper with her second of the season, second of the series, and just like that, at the 5:32 mark, it's 3-0 Michigan State. Oh no, if you're CMU fan, it's not looking good here today, folks. CMU's got to stop the bleeding soon. Here's Lempa, the most recent goal scorer for the Spartans. Trying to get on the breakaway are the Spartans. They're not able to get the away there by Carly Sato. Lavallee will get it up, blind pass to Sato. Sato, blind pass almost once again taken away by CMU. Those blind passes today, Brendan, you mentioned it time and time again, not a good game passing by CMU. Sato skating down and icing will be the call. Drop and won by the Spartans. Chippewas able to tie it up though. Liatino with the Liatino shot wide of net. McIntyre will chase after it. CMU not out of it yet, only down 3 goals. We've seen crazier comebacks so far. Here's a shot by Liatino wide of net. Lepore, centering feed knocked away by the Spartans. Cleared but not out. Kept in barely by Whitus, and this time cleared by the Spartans. Here's Lepore. Lepore up to a teammate, McIntyre with it now. McIntyre all alone. McIntyre shot blocked by traffic. Was never able to get a clean shot there. Didn't have anyone to pass it to either. Armstrong trying to center it, taken away by the Spartans. Lempo with it now. Lempa 2 goals on the game, or on the season so far, scored once last night, had the most recent score for the Spartans. Talk is ricocheted to the backboards by Rourke. What a game it's been for Rourke. No goals allowed by her so far. Lempa kept in by Muser. Lempa with it now. She whiffs on it and is able to take it. She just shoots it down, and that's controlled by the Chippewas. Lavali up to Lempa. Lempa all alone. She actually has two skaters coming into her right. Tries a centering feed. There's a shot, not able to get it clean off. There's a centering feed shot saved by Flegel. She'll bring it in with the stick, jump over it, and get the stoppage in play.
You know, one of the things this Michigan State team has done excellently today is getting the centering feed, getting the pucks out in front of the net. I would like to see a few more shots from them, but you know, these passes have been wonderful.
I believe that's Nixon in the face-off circle. It is Gabby Nixon in the face-off circle for CMU. She is going against Heaton. Heaton wins the draw, controlled by the Chippewas though. Windhurst will get it up to Hubert. Hubert gonna try and clear the zone. Hubert cleared and out. Gives it right back to Johnson though. Johnson up to Dobbs. Dobbs to Hubert. Given right back though to Oreski. Oreski centering feed. Shot never gets home. They had Flegel on her toes. There's Williams. Williams to Nixon. Nixon going the other way. Nixon with Hubert to her right. Nixon will dump it in and go chase it herself. Nixon circles net. Nixon over to Hubert. Hubert with options. Hubert to Nixon. Nixon trying to get a shot off. She's not able to. There's a centering feed. Shot and she scores! Gabriella Nixon, first goal of the season.
You know, I was just complimenting Michigan State on their centering feeds, and their one was from Central. Not much more you can say. Just a great feed out front and a great shot to beat Daria Rourke just under the blocker side.
And Nixon is someone I mentioned last night, and I was surprised she didn't show up in the score sheet. What a setup from Nixon. Believe it's going to be Hubert and Armstrong on the 2 assists for CMU. Williams trying to get it to Nixon. They're not able to. Oreski will take it away. Oreski tries a shot. There's a shot and a save by Flegel.
You know, that shot on net was caused by another blind pass. Tried to go behind the back to a teammate, was unable, causing Michigan State to come in and take a shot. Luckily, Landy Flegel having a great night tonight.
Did he just say unassisted on the goal? Or am I hearing things?
I do believe he did say unassisted. It was from an assist behind the net, though.
So the Nixon goal officially goes down as unassisted. You know, we're going to hear about that from Armstrong and Hubert on the bus tonight. I believe it was those two who should have had the assist. There it is to Ingerman from Delray. Ingerman gets it back to Delray. Delray trying to escape through space. She has the puck now. Delray trying to find something. Saudi with it now. Saudi into the corner. Going to try and fight left up. Delray coming in. Delray gets a shot behind and taken right back from Ingerman. Ingerman to Whitus. Ingerman will be the two Lempa. Gonzalez going 2-on-1 and favors Michigan State. Lempa with space. Lempa shot. And a kick save by Lady Flegel. Penalty upcoming to the Chippewas. Touched up, no goal. It's going to be a trip on CMU. The whistle came before the puck goes into the back of the net. Referee saying CMU had enough possession to get a touch-up, so it's going to be a penalty on the Chippewas. As that's going to be, I believe, Delray going to the box? Yep, that's Kylie Delray going to the box.
Central Michigan very lucky there to not have another goal going on the board. I can't say as lucky as it just not being a penalty in general, but, you know, it's better than a goal.
CMU penalty kill as good as advertised last night. 0 for 4, 0 for 3 unofficially last night was Michigan State on the power play. Here's Nixon, 2-on-1 in favor of CMU. Oh, watch out, Nixon. Oh, good poke away there by the Spartans. Nixon with it along the end boards now. She's going to get tied up by, I believe that's Billy. That's actually Larson, excuse me. Gives it right back to Nixon. Nixon over to Muser. Muser back to Sato. Sato will send it down the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Lavallee will go after it. Lavallee. Eden touched up. Puck in no man's land and won and controlled by Nixon. Sato will send it down the length of the ice again. Williams will go chasing after it and win the foot race. Caitlin Williams showing off the speed. Line pass will be controlled by Weishaus. Weishaus up to Lavallee. Lavallee skates on sides. First offensive zone time for Michigan State in this power play. 1 minute remaining. And it's quickly taken away by Nixon. Nixon skating the other way. Nixon loses the puck trying to get it back to Eden. She's not able to. Branos with it now. And Brendan, that's a name I'm surprised we have not said yet. Branos. Lempa touched up by Branos. Puck sent down the length of the ice. Hubert and company will go and chase. Hubert wins the foot race. Hubert with it now. Hubert just skating with the puck. Stops and goes. She's going to try and wrap around the net. Good double team there by Michigan State. That's stifling defense again.
You know, this has been a very aggressive Central Michigan penalty kill. They have remained in the neutral zone and the offensive zone for most of it.
Bradman gets the puck off to Weiss as she falls down. 4 seconds remaining, 3 seconds remaining. Michigan State not able to get even a shot off on the power play as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Bannister, wide pass goes nowhere. Whitus will go and chase it. She has it. Line pass by Whitus will be tracked down by Oreski. Oreski with it now, top circle. She'll get it up to the blue line for Johnson. Johnson with it now, top of the circle. Her shot goes wide in the net, and it'll be controlled by Bannister in the corner. CMU takes it away, cleared but not out. Kept into the zone by Vranos. Vranos with it now. Vranos with the shot wide in net, as she'll go chase her own shot. Good hustle there by Vranos to win the foot race. There it is to Bannister. Bannister from the face-off circle. Shot goes high, arcing, and into the glove of Lainey Flegel.
Carly Sato played most of that defensive end without a stick. It was in the net.
Was it? I didn't even notice that.
Carly Sato's stick was in the back of the net, and I wonder if that was kind of throwing Flegel off a little bit. You saw her put her leg on the post and stick be just a little bit in the way.
Face off one, cleanly by CMU. They're gonna clear it down the lane for ice. Delray trying to chase it down. Delray wins the race. She gets it to Ingerman. Ingerman, one-timer, lift on. Good harassment there by Saudi. Saudi's trying to poke it away. She doesn't want to get called for a hook there, which she doesn't. There's Eden. Eden with the shot, as her shot will go high into the netting behind Lainey Flegel.
Michigan State coaches kind of wanted the hook there on Zoe Saudi, was unable to get it. Would have put Michigan State on another power play that could have been detrimental to the Central Michigan team. As I said earlier, this official's kind of letting them play, which has been really nice throughout this game.
4-3 Boston, bottom fifth, bases loaded, 1 out. 4-3 Texas in the top fifth. 2 on, 1 out for the Rangers. 2 games we're keeping an eye on here today. 3-on-1 in favor of Michigan State. Shot saved by Flegel. Another good save by the sophomore Lainey Flegel. She's looked good once again between the pipes. Philly will get it down low. Taken away by Ingerman. Ingerman going the other way. She's going to try and find Saudi. Saudi with it now. Saudi with the blind pass into the zone. Taken away by CMU. Harassed by Delray, who goes tripping down the ice. No pole upcoming. Lempa. Lempa with it going the other way. Lempa 3-on-3 hockey right now, as the other 2 players slow to join the play. Now we're back to 5-on-5. There it is to Taylor Story. Story with it. 3-on-3 going the other way now. Story leading the charge taken away by the Spartans. Brennan, CMU's not been able to get a lot of shots off this period, minus the next goal. There's a shot saved by Flegel.
You're absolutely right there. No, not a very big credible amount of shots from CMU, which is something that they need to think about and change going into this third period. Now that's only 5 minutes and 40 seconds away.
Story with the shot blocked. Story takes her player to the board. There's a wraparound attempt. Alyssa Gray with the shot. Wide of net. Rorick, good stop there by the junior Daria Rorick. Radman with it now. Radman's going to try and get it to Bannister. No call upcoming. Michigan State wanting a call. As I believe that's Taylor Story taking a player down. Trying centering feed are the Chippewas. No one's home to grab the loose puck, and it's taken away by the Spartans. Here's Story with it in the neutral zone. She'll tape it in. Hooked by Oreski. No call upcoming. These referees letting the players play here today. That's been the theme all afternoon. Oreski with it now through neutral line. Oreski will skate onside. Oreski loses the puck as she'll go harmlessly into the neutral zone to grab it. Lavali with it now. Lavali up ahead to a teammate. Here's a shot poked away by Flegel. Dobbs with the shot. Liatino with the left now. She has a charging report. Liatino with the shot and caught and gloved by Daria Roy.
Luckily there, the Central Michigan defense kind of stepped up. We had all three forwards crashing in on the puck carrier in the neutral zone for Michigan State. Could have been detrimental to the team with one simple pass, and it was a 3-on-2 back the other way.
Michigan State player goes tripping down and the center ice puck loose and taken away by Dobbs. Dobbs with it now. Dobbs up to Sato. Sato gives it right back to Dobbs. Another blind pass by the Chippewas. Timmy with it in their own zone. Del Rey trying to get it up to McIntyre. She was able to, that was actually Borlish trying to get it to McIntyre. Williams chasing after it. Loose puck comes to Sato. Sato will get skate onside. Good job by Williams to keep onside. There's a shot saved by Rourke off the skate, or off the shot from Carly Sato.
A great shot from Sato there. I would have liked to see it a little lower because you had so many Chippewas coming in, hopefully getting a rebound, because I think that's going to be how this Chippewa team is going to get the rest of the goals they're hoping to get tonight.
3:40 remaining second period. Make sure to stay tuned for the second intermission report. My partner Brendan Hauser will have that for you. We'll take a look at the professional Michigan out-of-town scoreboard. Big win by the Lions today to improve their record to 3-1 on the season.
Here's Central Michigan back with it in their own zone. It will be taken by Williams. Behind the net, trying to find Hubert, unable. And in the hands of Nixon. Nixon sends it up. And in the hands of the Spartans, and here they come.
Feeding with it now, harassed by the Chippewas. Williams with it. Williams trying to find it. She's not able to. Williams gets taken down. Penalty upcoming is that's going to be Johnson to go to the box for a trip.
That may change the tides here in CMU's favor. It kind of did last night.
Try that to see if that. It's going to be a hook on Johnson to send her to the box. CMU 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Golden opportunity for CMU. Saudi with the puck tied up along the boards. 2:42 remaining. Del Rey there to help out. Seconds continue to tick away. Puck still tied up along the boards. Big shot by the Spartans to still have it tied up. Del Rey trying to clear. Puck is tied up along the board. Saudi working hard. She finally has it come out to her. Saudi up to Ingerman. Ingerman trying to find a shot. She's not able to. And the puck will go harmlessly into the corner. Cleared and out by the Spartans. Beautiful penalty kill here so far by Michigan State. Chippewa hits the deck along the boards. Williams up to Saudi. Saudi trying to get it. Saudi. We'll circle the net. Saudi. Up to the Spartans, who will take it away. And they're going to go the other way. Kagan with the shot. Legal will cover. Brendan, I don't know about that decision by Flegel. She had a player right there to give the puck up to. Now it's going to be a defensive zone face-off for Michigan State.
Del Rey looked a little upset that Flegel did decide to hold on to it there and not turn it around for the next 43 seconds, as they did have it left in the power play. Excuse me.
43 seconds remaining in the power play. Face-off won and controlled by Michigan, or by CMU, excuse me. Shot goes wide in net. Here's Hubert. Hubert's shot saved, blocked by traffic, excuse me, and the puck once again sent down the length of the ice. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Lepori up to Whitus. Whitus back to Lepori. CMU looking at like in no hurry as yet another defensive zone turnover by Heaton. They have not been good passing the puck tonight past CMU. Nixon with it. Nixon once again moving the puck. There it is to Bannister. Bannister with the shot. Saved by Flegel as she'll drop down the ice to cover the puck. 42.3 seconds remaining.
You know, Central Michigan fans now on the other side of the ice not too happy with the lack of a call. You saw Kylie Del Rey on the bench put her arms up, and a little bit of a dissatisfaction with the official's choice.
Referees have definitely let the players been going today. Hey, it's been called on both sides though.
Absolutely.
Kashyap in for the draw. She wins it cleanly. Windhurst with it. 40 seconds remaining. Hubert is going to get it up to Story, kept into the zone though by the Spartans. Windhurst trying to get it up to Armstrong. Armstrong will let the puck go down the length of the icing, and icing will be called on a missed pass from CMU. Michigan State has been the cleaner team here so far tonight. That draw would stay otherwise though. Puck taken right back by the Spartans. They have a 3-on-2. Good job by Nixon to line them at the blue line. That was actually Hortzman, excuse me. There's Kashyap getting it up to Armstrong. Armstrong up back to Kashyap. Taken away once again by Michigan State. There's a shot blocked by traffic. Trying to get another shot. They're not able to, and CMU will just have the puck up along the boards and take this to the third period. Second period in the books, 40 minutes of action in the book. It's 3-1 Michigan State through 2 periods. Both teams will head to their respective locker rooms. We're going to head to a quick break. Brendan Hauser with an intermission report right after this.
Welcome back here to Munn Ice Arena. Brendan Hauser with you. 3-1 in favor of the Spartans right now over the Chippewas. This game's been really back and forth now that we've entered the second period, the end of the second period, as I should say. Not a lot of penalties tonight, but one thing that Central Michigan needs to think about is no blind passes. That really killed them. All 3 goals were really because of blind passes or because of crowding in front of the net. With that, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Of course, the Lions beat the Browns today 34 to 10. The Tigers right now lead the Red Sox 4-3, bottom of the 6th. Guardians are playing the Rangers, and they're currently down 3-4 at the top of the 6th. If the Tigers win and the Guardians lose, Tigers will clinch the Central Division of the MLB. Last night, the Spirit played golf and lost 3-7. Red Wings at Buffalo last night lost 5-2. Overall, looking ahead to this third period, something that we want to see out of the Chippewas is a lot more intensity. They kind of upped the ante in that last period, but it can always be up to just that slightly bit more. With that, we'll send it to another commercial and see you back for third period action after this.
back here on CCHN, your home of Chippewa hockey. CMU down 3-1. Just a couple of events happened today that make you think and make you remember that hockey isn't everything. Hockey isn't, at the end of the day, it's only a sport. It's only something to entertain you and to have fun with. And I'm not going to go too much into this, but all of us here at CCHN want to send our thoughts and our condolences and our prayers down to those affected in Grand Lake, Michigan today. And what a tragedy it is, man. Something you think you have freedom of to be able to represent and to express, and just what a tragedy it is for everyone. And when we have a second, we also want to send our thoughts and our condolences to the family of Ray Lane, a very prolific broadcaster for the Detroit Tigers. He was alongside famous broadcaster Ernie Harwell for a number of years, and was part of that magical 1968 run for the Tigers that saw them end up capturing their first arm in the tragedy that happened in Grand Lake, Michigan. We want to send all of our thoughts and our condolences to those individuals here today. But on a more positive note, enough with the somber stuff. Brendan, 3-1, Michigan State going into the third period, 20 more minutes to play here. What do you want to see from Central Michigan here in this third period?
Overall, better passing. The passing has not been great from this Central Michigan team. A lot of blind passes, just throwing it out in front of the net. That's something they need to fix if they want to walk away with a win here and win this series 2-0.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's not like Central Michigan hasn't gotten their share of chances on net so far tonight. They without a doubt have. It's been a fact of not being able to get shots on net as we see the Zamboni go off the ice. So that means we're getting moments away from the start of the third period. I know, Brendan, you did a score check, but let's do another quick score check. Rangers have tacked on another one. They're up 5-3. And Parker Meadows just took a strike on a 3-0 count to make it 3-1. Tigers go down 4-3 in the top of the seventh, runner on third, 2 outs. We'll keep you updated on both of those games through the conclusion of this broadcast. For Brendan, as Parker Meadows just takes a walk. But Brendan, going away from baseball back to hockey for
Blind passes. I mean, you had one where Carly Sato tried to send it in front, just kind of a blind pass, and it turned over. And I believe it was a 2-on-1, which Laney Flegel luckily bailed him out there. But if I'm Coach Chris Haney, I'm saying keep your head high, keep your eyes open, and get those passes tape to tape.
Flip the script. You're the head coach of Michigan State now, Dave Williamson. What's your message to your team? Up 2 goals in the third period. Obviously, CMU is a very dangerous team still. A comeback is within the realm of possibility for CMU.
I mean, if I'm Coach Dave Williamson, I'm saying keep doing what you're doing, but keep in mind this is a team that is possible of these comebacks. I mean, who was it? It was Maisie Angerman last night with a hat trick just in the third period. It's definitely possible for a Chippewas comeback. So if I'm Coach Williamson, I'm saying keep your eyes, just like the Chippewas, keep your eyes open for those opportunities for the Chippewas and stop them before they happen.
I think it's important for Michigan State to get out on a quick start as well. We saw in the first 2 periods for Michigan State, it was 5 minutes and 32 seconds into the second period that Lempo was able to bury the puck past Flegel to make it 3-2 or 3-1, excuse me. Well, at that time it was 3-0, and then Dixon since then added on a goal to make it 3-1. As CMU is coming out of the tunnel, there's Matt Barnett and former assistant. I don't know, is Anastasia Hartman still with the? Well, at least former assistant coach and player Anastasia Hartman, amongst others down there. We saw Leah Palmer and company up in Mount Pleasant last night. Always honored to see Leah, her mom, and father Todd. Shout out to Todd Palmer. It's been such a blessing Todd Palmer has to CCHN, at least my 4 years here with the women's team. Ran camera for us multiple times my freshman year when it was just me and Matt Ryder going to all these games. And yeah, he's helped us out in so many ways. As we're waiting for both teams to take the ice, I think we're going to take one more quick break here before the third period starts. You're watching CMU Women's Division II Hockey here on CCHN, the home for Chippewa hockey. Both teams have taken to their respective benches. You see the maroon and gold out there on the ice, trying to get themselves fired back up here for the third period. Down 2 goals. Dave Williamson and company talking to their bench. Referees waiting for them to take the ice. As there's the Go Green, Go White chant coming from the Michigan State bench just below us. Brendan, while we have a second, I want to thank the fine folks here at Michigan State for allowing us to come broadcast here. I want to give a big thank you to the Michigan State staff and crew for their live stream, allowing us to have our own stream here. We have a simulcast going on here today too. You can watch all of Michigan State's hockey games, home games at least, on Flow Hockey. Third period is underway. There's a centering feed, no good for Brooke Hubert. CMU electing to go with that second round once again to start the third period. Hortzman trying to clear the puck. She's not able to. Kept in the zone by the Spartans. There's Eden. Eden back up to the point. There's a shot. Ricochets off the post, I believe. Lavalley line pass, and Hortzman with it to Williams. Williams trying to clear it. She's not able to. Lavalley with the shot. That's blocked by traffic. And Caitlin Williams is able to control the puck going the other way. She overskates it for a second. Red Sox able to escape the 7th inning. That game remains 4-3. Tigers running but do not score. So it looks like if the Tigers are not able to win today, they will most likely head to Cleveland on Tuesday for a best-of-3 game series against the Guardians. Another American League Central battle. With the Guardians who knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Can the Tigers get a little bit measure of revenge? Michigan State trying to get a little measure of revenge here. They're up 3-1, 18:44 going second period. Here's Muser. Muser with a shot, and she scores! Evelyn Muser from the blue line. First goal of the season, 3-2 Chippewas.
You saw Muser there think about the pass, but overall was going to go for a shot, I believe for a rebound, and just ends up right over the shoulder of Daria Rorick for a goal from the point. What a beautiful shot there from Muser.
Well, Brendan, we talked about the Spartans wanting to start quickly. How about the Chippewas starting quickly? 1 minute and 23 seconds into the period, and just like that, it's a 3-2 Michigan State lead. There's Sato. Sato up Angerman. CMU with that top line out now. Angerman's shot attempt is blocked. Saudi not able to get it, and it's taken away by Michigan State. That's Kagan with it. Excuse me, that's Lempo. Lempo with it. 3-on-1 in favor of Michigan State. There's a shot by Lempo. Rebound. And they're not able to get a shot off. Legal never saw skating through speed. Sato with a little bit of speed. Sato trying to get it to Saudi, and Rourke will just cover up on that puck. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. Brendan, it was the third period that we really saw that come to fruition yesterday. Not going to beat a dead horse, but it was reseeded with the, I don't know if you want to call it a little bit of a high shove, a punch, whatever you want to call it, a la the tunnel fight a couple years ago here. Hey, Spartan Stadium's right next door. Puck won and controlled by the Spartans as they try and clear the zone. There's Hurt. Hurt is going the other way. She has two skaters trailing behind her. Story to Kashup. Kashup not able to get it to Whitus, and that's Herbst with it now. Herbst up just a little bit strong. Story with it now. Story all alone. Two other skaters able to catch up to her. Her shot attempt is sticked away by Rourke. Story with it again. Herbst over skates it, cleared but not out. Good save by Williams to keep it in. Excuse me, that was actually Caitlin Armstrong keeping it in. Whitus to Story. Story over to McIntyre. McIntyre not able to get a shot off, and Herbst taking it the other way. Herbst up ahead. That's over to Weiss. Weiss, her entrance attempt is knocked away by CMU. Liatino trying to go the other way. She's able to get this up to her stick, trying to get it to McIntyre. Those two aren't able to connect. Puck will go all the way to the end boards, and Liatino will grab the ricochet. Blind pass goes to no man's land, and Weishaus will grab it in her own zone. Weishaus going to try and clear the puck out of the zone. McIntyre trying to push her off the puck. Heaton with it now. Heaton with a couple of beautiful shot attempts, doesn't have anything to show for it. The 3 goal scorers for MSC, Lavallee, Hayes, and Lempa, Nixon, and Meeser. And pass not called. Weishaus with it now along her own net. Or behind her own net, excuse me. Gets it to Lavallee. Lavallee trying to get it to Weishaus. Good kick away there by Huber. Didn't realize she kicked it to the corner. Radman with it now. Radman over to Oreski. Oreski gets it off and taken away by CMU. CMU trying to stretch pass. Good interception there by the Spartans. The Spartan skater going in all alone, and that'll be cleared out by Clearly Windhurst as Radman wasn't able to keep it in at the point. The captain, Ellie Johnson, with it now. Bannister trying to get it, as that is Nixon with it now. Nixon, one of the 2 goal scorers for CMU now. Nixon and Muser, the 2 goal scorers for CMU so far today. Hubert with it. Hubert would love to have a big goal, bring you back to 2022 opening night at Martin Ice Arena. It was Brooke Hubert who netted the game-winning goal in overtime to give CMU the 3-2 win in overtime. That shot attempt goes wide. Nixon with it now. She misskates it. Nixon now grabs the puck along the face-off circle. Her blind pass will be intercepted and taken the other way by the Spartans. There's Lempa with it. Lempa trying to go down the ice. Lempa with space. Lempa will skate it. Lempa, oh, good move there by, I believe that was Nixon to take the puck away. She has it now, and yep, that was Gabby Nixon. Nixon will knock the puck down. Williams will go chase it. Williams with it along the end board. She's tied up by 2. Michigan State, another double team by the Spartans getting home. We've seen that all day today. Sato with it now. She loses it in the neutral zone. She'll get it back to Muser. Muser, the most recent goal scorer for CMU. Ingerman now with space. Ingerman crashing the net. Ingerman, oh, the blind pass attempt. No one's home for Ingerman. Good defense by Michigan State to get back. Delray with it now. Delray loses it as that's Dobbs with it. Dobbs skates barely on, nope, offsides from Dobbs.
You know, this is something that we talked about constantly, is the blind passes. It's set up multiple chances, but nobody's there. Either they need to stop with the blind passes and just shoot the puck, or someone needs to get in front of that net for the puck.
Play is back in action. Puck goes wide for Saudi. And then it'll go on net for Rourke, who will just cover it, and the puck face-off will go right back into the Michigan State zone. 14-10 remaining, Michigan State clinging onto a 1-goal lead. trying to pick up a big win against CMU and break a 5-game losing streak at the hands of CMU. Michigan State has not won against CMU in a long time. It was actually in this building 2 years ago that Michigan State beat CMU. That score was 4-3. These two teams play a lot of tight games. A lot of their games will end up in one-goal games. The last three, or the last 2 out of their 3 has ended up in one-goal games because they're the centering team not able to connect was reseeded. Last night, the only game out of the 3 that did not end in a one-goal differential was a 2-goal differential, 5-3 victory for CMU. The most goals they put up in a season opener since at least 2020. White's House with it now. She'll give it up to Delray. Delray will get it over to Ingerman. Ingerman with it now with space. Ingerman, high shot, and a nice glove save there by Daria Rohr.
You know, that's the passing we want to see in this game. Tape to tape. Delray had a great shot over to Ingerman that set Ingerman up to enter the zone and have a shot on net.
Face-off will be in the right circle. Would not be surprised to see Windhurst or Sportsman try and get a shot off the draw if they were to win it. Instead, it goes the other direction to Story. Wilson with it now. 13 minutes remaining. Brendan, you got to think this clock is going to start slowing down if you're Michigan State, and it's going to feel like it's going really fast if you're CMU. Story with it now. Story skates around in the offensive zone. Story trying to find it. She'll knock it to the corner because she's up trying to go after it. Story hits the deck. No call upcoming as she tripped over her own skates. And CMU will knock it into the zone. Delayed offsides coming. And CMU is able to get out of the zone. Michigan State taking it the other way though. Story now with the interception. Story all alone. Story will skate in trying to find someone. She had no one. Good skill there by Lempa. Lempa going to try and go the other way. It looks like she is faced and she has the speed to compensate. Here's a shot that goes down the ice. Ice is waved off. Legal will tap it to Windhurst. Windhurst with the stretch pass to Leontino. Leontino really good pass up to Borlis. Borlis all alone. Circled by 4 defenders. She gets taken down. No call upcoming. Puck trickles out of the Michigan State zone. Dave Williamson wanting a call. He's not going to get one. Sato over to Muser. Muser, one of the 2 goal scorers here so far for CMU. There's Leontino. Leontino double teamed along the end, or along the far boards, excuse me. She's somehow able to get it to McIntyre for a second, who loses the puck. Cleared and out barely by MSU and back into the zone and finally offsides. Puck was set out and back in by CMU, constituting the offsides. Tigers able to get out of the 7th inning unscathed. That game remains 4-3. 6 more outs for the Tigers to find 2 runs. CMU trying to find at least 1 goal here to tie this game up. Keaton with it. Keaton offsides is able to get it back to Whitehouse. Onside, no call upcoming. Oh, as there's an extra shove by Boris. Referee didn't see it, so no call upcoming. There it is, back into the neutral ice. Lavelle, there's a shot and saved by Flegel.
What a great job from the Spartans defensemen to find open ice and get it over for them to take it in and get a wonderful shot on Lainey Flegel.
11:17 remaining here in regulation. CMU needing 1 goal to tie it, 2 to win it. Be interesting to me, Brendan, when head coach Chris Haney decides to pull Lady Flegel. Michigan State electing not to pull their goalie down to last night. We'll get the extra skater on Whitish with it now. She's going to try and clear herself and skate through neutral as she has it still. And she passes the red line and right into the offensive zone, but barely offsides.
If you're talking about decisions to pull the goalie, that is one that now Chris Haney does have to start to think about. You know, 11:03 left. Is he going to pull it within the next maybe 10 minutes?
Face off one by CMU. That Aaron hasn't had since Declan Whitish back. She loses the puck. Here's Whitehouse. Whitehouse loses it. Williams with it. Williams will wrap it around the net and gives it back to Oreski. Oreski back up to the blue line. That's where Wilson will go about it. And oh, look out. Taylor Williams with speed in space. first to grab it, I believe. Strong for Williams. Williams trying to poke it away. She wasn't able to. Puck will go back to Weishaus in our own zone. That's actually Weiss with it. Weiss through neutralize. She loses it right back to the Chippewas. There's Delray. Delray loses it to Lempo. Really good game from Lempo here tonight. There's Branos. Branos will set it down the lane for the ice. Icing will be the call. But Brendan, will we have a second to talk about it? Let's talk about Maggie Lempo. Really good game from her so far. The goal in the second period. She's been all over the ice today, though.
Absolutely. The freshman out of Chicago, she has played 2 great games. Last night was wonderful for her. She didn't get a goal, I don't believe, but she was all over the ice, and we've seen that today times 10. She's been all over the ice, touching the puck all the time, and with that goal.
Puck back out to the blue line from Saudi. Misplayed there from Horseman. Saudi trying to get it onside. She has it now and neutralized. Hits off about 5 different players and ends up on Ingerman. Ingerman will try and get it to Delray. Those two aren't able to connect it all the way down the ice. One linesman call icing, and icing will be the call as the referee will overrule the near linesman to call icing.
Actually, Derek, it's going to be a call on the Chippewas. Elliot Hortzman going to the box, and I believe it was a body check.
Must have been a play, must have been behind the play. Nonetheless, it is going to be
9:32 remaining in the period.
CMU, their second power or penalty kill opportunity of the night, and Brendan don't want to bring in the announcer streets here, but they were really good at scoring short-handed goals last year, and they pulled some magic out of their hat. Puck is in the Michigan or in the CMU zone. Delray, I believe it is, trying to cover it up with her hand. Might have been a different player. It was Caitlin Williams trying to do that. But there's a shot. Saved by Flegel. Rebound in front of the net. And a cover by Lainey Flegel.
What a great job by Lainey Flegel to get the puck down and get it covered. If that got loose, I don't know if the Spartans offensemen would have been able to get it and get another shot off or 2.
Williams, Nixon, Sato, and Buser, the 4 players out on the ice for CMU for this face-off that is won and controlled by Michigan State. That's back out to the blue line for Larson. Larson's shot will go down low for a rescue. A rescue with it along the end boards. She's going to try and find someone. There is a centering feed for Heaton. Those two aren't able to connect, and now Heaton will go into the corner with it. Heaton with it along the top point. There is a shot. There is a save by Flegel off a shot from Vanessa Larson.
We're starting to see a little bit more emotion from the Chippewas. Other than that penalty, we're seeing a little bit more pushing and shoving in front of the net. That became very detrimental to this Michigan State team last night. I wonder how they are going to counteract this now.
8:37 remaining, third period, 1:04 remaining in the power play. Puck controlled by the Spartans. Weishaus with it now. She'll leave it for a teammate. That was to Radman. Weishaus with it now. Back up to Radman, top circle. Radman with it, she'll circle. Radman to the bottom of the circle. She'll leave it once again for Weishaus. There it is over to Johnson. Johnson back to Branos. Branos will line up the shot. Branos shot. Saved by Flegel. We're seeing Michigan State, Brendan, apply a little bit more pressure in this power play to CMU. They weren't able to get a shot off in their first power play. They've had 3 or 4 on Lainey Flegel this power play.
I'd like to see a little bit more aggression out of these Chippewas. They had a really aggressive penalty kill in the second period. I'd like to see more of that here.
Ingerman will try and win the race to the puck. She's able to. She will circle in the offensive zone. Ingerman, weak shot, and that will be saved. 26 seconds remaining in the pass. Possible. Man, Brendan, I think that's a big job there for Brody. He's done a fantastic job here so far today. puck tied up along the near board, and that's what you want to see from CMU. Just continue to drain this power play from Michigan State away. And the power play to Hortzman will be killed off as Hortzman almost runs into Saudi trying to get off the puck. Windhurst will just let it go down, and icing waved off to Windhurst. Will have to reconnect. Stopping and go, leaves it for Ingerman. Ingerman with Saudi to her right. 3-on-2, and the puck hits a loose stick, loses it. Does Ingerman, she gets taken to the board. No call upcoming. CMU wanting one after that questionable Hortzman call. There's Muser. Muser shot wide in net. Happy about that missed call from the referees. There's Heaton. Heaton going the other way. Heaton all alone. Good stick check there by Sato. Sato takes the player down. No call upcoming. Johnson with it now. Johnson shot wide and neck, sticked away from by Laney Flegel. 6.5 to go. Center and feed, no one home, and that'll be taken out of harm's way by Taylor Story. Story with it now. She'll get it out of the zone, cleared but not out, excuse me. Puck shot and saved by Flegel as that hit off her blocker. Michigan State looking for an insurance goal. 6 minutes remaining in regulation. Muser to Kashup. Kashup trying to get it to Story. Story. Multiple players get taken down. No call upcoming. Kagan with it now. Kagan up to Radman. No other CMU players in the offensive zone right now. Radman will give it up to Williams. Williams loses it to Story. A little bit of miscommunication there between Williams and Story. Williams with it now. Williams to Whitus. Whitus with it. Whitus over the blue line. She'll circle in. She loses the puck, sticked away by Redmond. She gets taken to the board. No call. Loose puck, 3 Chippewas trying to grab it. It's Michigan State that comes out with it. There it is to Mia Hertz. Hertz with it. She's able to clear out of the zone. Nixon with it now. Nixon along the Michigan State board. She gets taken down. And Williams with it. Williams up along. 5 minutes remaining.
You know, in this play, we've seen a lot of back and forth, but we've also seen a lot of questionable calls. Both teams wanting it, both teams not getting it. And it's been on both sides, but the Chippewas have really been wanting these penalty kills on Michigan State, but the ref is simply letting them play. It's not something against the official, it's just letting hockey be hockey.
There have been a couple of questionable calls, especially after that Hortzman call that, you know, CMU fans were not happy about. There's Hubert with it now. Hubert. Back up top for Windhurst. Windhurst going to try and knock it down low. She wasn't able to connect it with anyone. Another errant pass. There it is to Nixon. Nixon's going to try and get it up to Hortzman. Hortzman with the shot. Blocked by traffic as that will go wide. There it is to Williams. Williams trying to grab it. She's able to tie it up along the boards. Hubert comes out with it. Hubert and Williams fighting 2 Michigan State players. Hubert skates away, and the puck will come out into Michigan State. Good job by Hortzman to try and get back, as she'll cause a deflection, and Windhurst will grab it. Windhurst with it now in her own zone. She's going to try and clear it. She's not able to. Hubert, 4 minutes remaining. Windhurst in her own zone. She'll get it up to Lempa. Lempa with multiple Chippewas trying to tie it up. 3:57 remaining. There's Hubert. Hubert will be able to clear the zone, but that's getting right back to Chloe Wilson. Wilson will give it up. There it is to Windhurst. Windhurst over to Hortzman. Hortzman, and it's taken in by Delray. Top line out for CMU. Muser over Saudi. Saudi shot saved by Rohr. Good deflection attempt there by Zoe Saudi. That's how Wong scored yesterday on Laney Flegel. Here comes the Spartans. It's Bannister going along the far boards. Ingerman will collect along her far boards. 2:56 remaining. Keep an eye on Lady Flegel. Sato up ahead to Delray. Delray with speed. Delray with space. Delray with the shot. He sends it high over the boards. Golden opportunity for CMU as Kylie Delray wasn't able to capitalize. Muser will get it to Williams. Williams all alone. Williams with Nixon and intercepted by the Spartans. Orosky to Heaton. Heaton 2:13 remaining. Swing it around the nets. Puck is tied up in the corner as that's Caitlin Williams coming out. Centering feed will not go the Chippewas way as that's cleared out by Maggie Lempo. Lempo going the other way. There's two Chippewas defenders stopping her. Lapori with the poke away and a good play there by Lapori. There's Williams. Williams up to Ingerman. Ingerman with it. Ingerman's going to line up the shot. Blocked away by Huber. And Heaton's going the other way. Heaton now will cross the blue line. 2-on-2 in favor of Michigan State. Heaton with the shot as that will go high into the netting. 137. No, they're going to let play go. They're going to let play go. Missed call there by the referee. They're going to let play go. Stretch pass by Hubert. Hubert to Ingerman. Ingerman will let it in. 1:23 remaining. As there goes Flegel to the bench. There goes Flegel to the bench. Empty net for CMU. They're going to get the extra attacker on. Delray with it now. Who's going to be the extra attacker coming on? I believe that's Borlis coming on. As it is Borlis coming on. She has the puck now. Centering feed. Will not. Redmond. Redmond with it. Her shot is deflected into the corner. 34 seconds remaining. CMU needs to get it out of their own zone. There's Saudi. Saudi will give away to Ingerman. Ingerman going the other way. Ingerman with it now. She's going to skate along the blue line. Ingerman with space. Ingerman with the backhanded shot. Saved by Rourke. Puck goes into the blue line, and that'll come back out to Sato. Sato's shot deflected. Williams not able to knock that down. 13 seconds remaining. Picked up by Michigan State. They're going to send it down the length of the ice, and icing will not be called. Sato with it now. Sato up to Williams. 4 seconds remaining. CMU needs a miracle. There's a shot. Saved by Rourke, and she's going to send it out. 3-2 Michigan State win. What a win for the green and white.
Absolutely there, Derek. We saw a much better performance by these Michigan State Spartans tonight. Honestly, Daria Aurora came out with her A game tonight, along with, I gotta mention, Reese Heaton. She had a great game. She was all over the puck tonight.
What a series it was, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, today did not go CMU's way, but what an entertaining series. These two rivals, whenever they clash, it is must-see TV. This weekend was no other way. Brendan and I will break that down in the post-game show. Coming up next, you're watching CMU Hockey here on CCHN, the home for Chippewa Hockey. Derek Steele, Brendan Hauser with you one last time from Mud Ice Arena. Man, Brendan, first off, oh darn, the Tigers just lost. First off, let's take a second, catch our breath.
Absolutely, that was a wonderful game.
I'm still trying to catch my breath from the last 2 or 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. Where do you want to start? What a game.
Honestly, yeah, that's all you can say about that game. What a game. It was back and forth at the end. You know, you had Del Rey on the breakaway. I hit my head on the ceiling there after jumping on that. I think we all almost jumped there. It was a wonderful end to a great game and a great series at that.
Yeah, no kidding. What a fight from Central Michigan. I think the thing that I like from Central Michigan is that they didn't give up today. They kept going. It was all 60 minutes for them. It was 100% all 60 minutes. I know Del Rey is going to be playing that breakaway about 1,000,000 times in her head. I just lifted the puck a little bit too much. Let's talk about that shot from Emily Muser. We were talking about it with Colton, the Michigan State broadcaster, off air before we came on for the postgame show. Flat out, Rourke didn't see a beautiful shot from Emily Muser at the blue line. But what we're talking about, Flegel and Rourke, what a showing from both goaltenders here today as well.
You know, all of the goals scored today were because there was coverage in front of the net. That's not on the goalies at all. I mean, maybe the first one you could say wasn't because of coverage, but it was loose in front of the net. It was out in front. No one knew where it was, including Lainey Flegel. And you saw coverage in front on every other goal after that, especially that Emily Muser goal.
Well, going quickly into our players to watch for, Brendan, man, we had it on for CMU last night. We had Angerman and Saudi today. Neither one of them showed up on the score sheet. Still, both had some pretty good scoring opportunities. Excuse me. And then for MSU, we had Wong and Piernot. Piernot had a couple of really good shots for Michigan State. Wong, I really didn't see Wong much on the ice today. Still, a really good complete effort by both Michigan State and CMU here today.
Absolutely, and moving into our keys of the game, I feel like there's a few that Central needs to work on for next time, but looking at them, continuing momentum from last night, Central Michigan didn't do a really great job of doing that. They started out slow, and it was very obvious that Michigan State wanted it, and Central came in thinking it was going to be another 5-3 game.
I think that kind of reminds me of the point I made last night about CMU a couple years ago coming down here, heartbreaking loss, then you go back, you defend home ice. That's exactly what Michigan State did here today. Second key to the game, stay out of the box. Both teams did a really good job of that. Michigan State didn't take a penalty the whole third period, and I think that's what ended up helping them win the game. CMU only took 2 penalties. Michigan State only took 2 penalties as well.
Although on that mindset of staying out of the box, the official did let a lot go today. There were a few hits, a few little late pushes that could have been calls, but the official let them play, and that's hockey.
Yep, final one we had is trust your goalies. Man, we'll get to Daria Rourke in a second, so I want to touch on Lainey Flegel. The 3 goals given up, her GAA isn't going to look the best going into next weekend against Navy, but still, what a game it was for Lainey Flegel. We talked about it on air. All 3 goals let up for her, and honestly, you can make an argument about all 6 goals that Flegel let up this weekend were just flat-out shots she didn't see. It was Michigan State having a screener in front of the net.
Honestly, she had a great series. There's not much more that can be said about her other than she did have a great series. It was wonderful, like you said. All the shots that went in were because she didn't see it, and that's simply a little bit on the defense to get the Michigan State or the opponent's team out of the way.
Really quickly, you want to take us through 3 stars of the game?
Absolutely. We'll start with number 3, was Gabriella Nixon. What a game. Did she have an assist today?
She did not.
She did not
unofficially, at least.
Not officially assisted, but she did have a goal, and what a goal it was. I saw the assist. It was passed out in front of the net, and a great shot right over the shoulder of Daria Rourke. Number 2, we decided on Maggie Lempa. She had a great game. She was all over the puck, all over the ice in general every time she hit the ice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You want to go with number 1?
Yeah, absolutely. And one with number 1. I think this one for us was the obvious pick. It was Daria Rourke. She had a great game. The 2 that she let in, she just simply didn't see, and one was just a great shot from the top of the point by Emily Muser.
Nixon, Lempa, and Rorick are your 3 stars of the game so far today. Taking a look at the next games for CMU, they will host the Navy Academy next weekend on October 4th and 5th. You can see those games right here on CCHN. Are you going to be there?
I think I might have to now.
Brendan Hauser will be there. Brody, Ian, possibly, maybe. I will not be there, unfortunately. I will be home spending time with my family. So if any of my family is watching, I cannot wait to be back in Lake Orion with you all next weekend. I miss all of you dearly. What a weekend this was, though. No other place I would rather spend this weekend than on CCHN. I will miss my CCHN family next weekend. CCHN has become my second home. D1. Tough loss at Cincinnati. 2 tough losses at Cincinnati this weekend. They will have a home and home next weekend against Toledo. You can see those on what YouTube channel?
I believe it's on Central Michigan Division I Hockey.
Central Michigan Division I Hockey. And then CMU D3 will have a home and home against Michigan State. The game here or at Arctic Edge in East Lansing will be on Flow Sports. Most likely Michigan State will have a stream the home game. You can follow that one live on social media. Taking a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard, we mentioned it, the Tigers unfortunately lost at the hands of the Boston Red Sox today, so they will have the number 6 seed and they will be going to Cleveland, Ohio. Man, I don't know. I don't know about you, Brendan. Not the biggest fan of Cleveland. I don't know if I'd love to go to Cleveland, but that is where the Tigers are going. They check the Guardians. We're losing to the Rangers, 4-3, but that game doesn't really matter. The Guardians already clinched the American League Central with the Tigers lost today. The Lions beat the Browns. What was the final score of that game?
34-10, I believe.
34-10. Good win for the Lions to send them 3-1. Officially, as of right now, on top of the NFC North standings. The Packers have to play the Cowboys here tonight. Any last words before I wrap up?
Honestly, no. It was a great game by both teams, and I think this is going to propel them and show them what they need to work on going toward their next series.
Well, fans, just a reminder that the broadcast of today's game was a copyrighted presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, the CMU Club Hockey Network, and Moore Hall Television. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the ACHA, CCHN, and MHCB. Speaking of MHCB, we want to once again give them a big thank you to Jim Young and Mike Potter over at Moore Hall Television on CMU's campus for lending out all this equipment and allowing us to bring CMU hockey to all the fans. I want to give a big thank you to Trenton Murphy, who once again ran the camera and produced for us, running double duty last night in the home opener. I want to give a big thank you to our cameraman today, Ian Drayden, our producer, Brody Finley. Without any of those 3 gentlemen, none of this would be possible. I want to give a big thank you to Brendan Hauser for putting up with my yapping for the whole weekend. And most importantly, from the bottom of our hearts here at CCHN, we want to give a big thank you to all the fans. Well, with that being said, it was a hard one for CMU today. 3-2 loss. Until next time, for all of us here at CCHN, my partner, Brendan Hauser, I'm Derek Steele, saying have a great day, everybody.